Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of The Ordinary Critics. I am Isaac, and this is my co-host Carlos.
And we're just two ordinary guys reviewing extraordinary movies.
There we go. So we're starting things off with a bang. We just got done seeing Black Panther.
What? Yeah.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Okay. Everybody go watch this movie right now.
Right away. Like literally right now. Watch this video, stop, pause,
go watch it,
and then come back,
and then see our review.
Exactly.
Because just a heads up, we will be talking about the plot and the characters, so there will be spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers, you can go to the end of this movie or this video, whatever it is, and see our grade for it, and take it from there. So first things first. First things first. We're going to talk about the plot, because it's the most important part. I thought the plot was great. We learned a lot about the Black Panther, which if you're not like a super comic nerd, you first saw him in Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, the cars chase scene, running, my dad, yeah, all that.
And that summarizes Civil War. That's all you need to know. So you don't even need to watch Civil War anymore. So, we learned a lot about Black Panther, a lot about his roots and his heritage.
Even, like, the whole thing of, like, Wakanda, where they come from. And
Absolutely.
They do it so fast in the first few minutes of the movie. They just give you so much information.
They give you a brief overview of what is Wakanda, how did the Black Panther become the Black Panther. And it was like, oh, okay, great, I don't need to go back and read 20 comic books. There we go.
Yeah, and honestly, besides all the information, the great thing about the plot for me was that it just gave you so many what moments just
throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
There was plot. There's probably 4 or 5 definitive plot twists that just mouth open, like, oh, that's happening right now.
And we're talking about the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yes.
We both looked at each other and went, what?
This is going to be a ride.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ride.
The roller coaster strap on.
Let's go. So, you have the protagonist, Black Panther, T'Challa. Is that right? T'Challa?
Yeah, T'Challa. It's T'Challa, yeah. That's
T'Challa, yes.
T'Chaka.
Yes, his dad is T'Chaka.
And Black Panther is T'Challa.
T'Challa.
Yeah.
Played by Chad Boseman, and he is fantastic. We'll talk about the cast in our next point, but him and Killmonger, I want to say juxtaposition, but it's not really, because I feel like juxtaposition is like used for similar items, and they are completely different and bring in 2 completely different worlds, where T'Challa is like very much the tradition of Wakanda, and Killmonger is the
modern world.
Yeah, the new age. And everything about him is just that vibe that you get.
Yeah, and what I thought very interesting was that from the very beginning of the movie, there's this whole spoiler.
You've been warned.
So there's this whole ritual combat, and the guys. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with the names, but the guys from the mountain, the tribe from the mountain.
Oh yeah, we'll put it right here. We'll put the title about them, what they're called, right here.
So that tribe comes out, and they actually call T'Challa's family, like, they're too modern for the Wakanda that they want and know. And all of a sudden, by the end of the movie, T'Challa, like, they're the traditional ones.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the guy who took over was way too modern. So this whole movie, the whole plot, I think the main theme is all about, like, modern times versus tradition.
Tradition, yeah. And like what breaks the tradition, and like when is it time to break tradition and like kind of get with the times. And I feel like that's what Killmonger brings to it. He's like, guys, what are you doing? You got to do it this way. And so when spoiler, gonna give it to you one more time. So when Killmonger comes into power, he's this being of the new that Wakanda can bring to the world, and everyone's like, but okay, we have to because you're the king.
Yeah.
So, but the plot was great. The through line was incredible. Set a lot up for us. but it was its own separate being, or its own. The whole movie was its own separate entity of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Which is great, and I love it.
It was also just amazing because they got us. We already know the Avengers world and all that. We kind of very very familiar. We've seen all the movies, right? Yes? No? Okay, get to it.
Do it. There's 18 of them, so hurry up. And we counted on the way home. So hurry up before Infinity War, because you got some catching up to do.
Yeah. This whole movie was all about getting us into the world of Wakanda, which is this vibrant world. Can we talk about the visuals now?
Okay. So point number 2, we're going into cinematography.
Oof. So they get you into this world of Wakanda where everything's vibranium, everything's like high technology. Just they do these like panning, like these pans, and when they go into the whole city of Wakanda, and it's breathtaking,
gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous. The way it was shot was fantastic, and a lot of the CGI. I mean, you can see again going back to the Marvel cinematic canon. You can see how the CGI has evolved with the movies because it fits so seamlessly into this one.
Yeah,
you have like animals riding around in like the Black Panther suits and it's just seamless. You can't even tell it's CGI.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic, fantastic.
I could tell it was CGI, but whatever.
Did you just tongue pop?
You know what?
So one of the big points that we appreciated was so you have T'Challa and his Black Panther suit in the beginning, and his little sister Shuri makes like two new ones, and so he gets to pick which one he likes. And so there's his normal one, which she's like, it's outdated. It's fine, it's functional, but it's outdated. Here are your two new ones, and he can go. It looks exactly the same, but it has like a purple glow to it. Or there's the other one, which is a little flashier, and it has a gold tint to it. Mm-hmm. You find out eventually that Killmonger takes the gold one. So when they're fighting at the end of the movie, you can distinctly tell who is winning and who is losing due to the fact of they picked vibrant colors of like neon purple and gold, and they just clash and blend so well during that fight at the same time that it's seamless.
Yeah.
You clearly know who's winning.
Imagine Scorpion versus Sub-Zero in the first Mortal Kombat. That's what it looks like, alright?
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically. No, but it really works, and they really work with all the colors like very, very well. Like the way explosions happen all around you, the flaring that happens on the screen, and with it blows you away while you're watching.
Yeah, and in that the tribal combat thing that Carlos mentioned earlier, the whole tribe is there for the first one. The whole tribe is there. The whole like country of Wakanda is there, and there's blues and greens and reds, and like each section has their own colors, which it just again it's gorgeous and it's breathtaking, and you just like it pans back and shows you the entire thing, and it's just. It looks like a painting. It looks the whole thing. It was fantastic.
And also the whole culture comes to life, which the whole movie is. I mean, it happens in Africa, but the whole movie is a whole like beautiful tribute to the culture, like African culture.
Absolutely.
Like the music, the clothes, everything.
Every aspect of this movie.
It's a beautiful tribute to Africa, and I was blown away by the music. How they use the music in certain moments, and it's like African music, and you're like, wow, it really brings the world to life.
Yeah. So that brings us to our next point. Next up, we have sound and the soundtrack, and it blended in seamlessly with this movie. Like we were talking about the tradition versus the new age. It's like when you have those tribal combat scenes, it's just tribal drums playing, and it's heightening the moment and building the moment, and you kind of like. In the beginning, you like kind of know where this fight's gonna go, kind of, but there's like, the moments are accented by this tribal music and like how like it's just so ingrained in them, this tradition of there's a new king. Okay, anybody want to challenge? Okay, we got one. Like we go all out.
Yeah, it also I thought it was very interesting how it's jarring when you hear hip hop music for the first time in the movie.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
It is.
you hear modern music, and you're like, "Wait, what?"
It kind of, and I think the first time is it the casino scene?
I think so.
I think it's the casino scene, which it makes sense because it's out of Wakanda, it's out of that tribal area, tribal-esque place. So I'm pretty sure it's like the Weeknd song I think it's the Weeknd.
Yeah.
We'll fact check that and put it here.
Yeah.
But that song is the first one you hear in like this casino scene, and yeah, it's like, oh, we're not. We're in South Korea.
Yeah.
We're in South Korea
in
this club, essentially, in this casino.
Like we're
So
definitely out of Africa. Like most definitely. So I thought so. It's a clever tool. Like it was very genius a way to use the music to place you in. Like no, we're out South Africa and South Korea, and all of a sudden we're back to Africa with the music.
And Killmonger also brings in that new age hip hop too.
Yeah.
His main theme is hip hop, or whenever he's kind of like all of his action scenes are that new the newer hip hop as opposed to
sound of the world, if we may put it that way.
Just the first time where it was something completely different kind of jarred me a little bit, but nothing like completely took it away. Like that last fight, I don't even think there was music happening.
They must have been way in the background. There's just so much going on with huge like rhinos, and there's like cape things going on, and
all the shields,
a whole lot of panthers just going all over the place. It's just it's awesome to watch, to be honest.
Go see this movie
now.
Go see this movie
now.
Okay, so up next we have we're talking about the characters and the cast, how this thing was cast. Because sometimes you like look at a movie and you're like, why
is that person?
Why is it them?
Oh.
I didn't have any problems with this cast whatsoever.
No,
Chad Boseman is the perfect pick for Black Panther.
Yeah,
hands down. So glad the Marvel Universe found him and incorporated Civil War, and now we have his complete, the beginning of his complete story, his own movie. I don't know if there's going to be a sequel. I don't know if that's the
I don't know the
works.
plans.
I don't know. He's definitely showing up in Infinity War. They say that after the credits. But yeah, he's the perfect pick, and the women in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, they're so powerful.
So powerful.
Holy smokes.
Incredible acting.
Like warriors, and I mean they're just so strong. You don't have a doubt that that woman, like the woman you see on the screen, is a warrior and can kick your ass and my ass and both our asses at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, just one of them. Like even without their spears.
Pinky,
we're dead. We're dead.
Done.
Dead. But there's just to show how much power. The general, I can't remember her name. Do you have any idea? Any idea?
No,
nothing. We'll look it up. So the general of the Wakandan army, incredibly strong female, but she comes across on opposite sides of the issue of her lover, and it's just like, okay, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And the guy, he goes, "Would you really kill me? To stand up for your country,
for Wakanda."
And she says, absolutely, every time. And so it's just how much power and how much respect, I guess, that everybody has for these women in the culture is outstanding. It's incredible.
It's also amazing. I just want to mention, it's also amazing that they make you care about all the characters.
Everybody.
You care about the sister. You care about the general. The lover of the general. You care about everybody in this movie.
Yeah, the cast is the main core of the cast is probably 12 people.
Yeah,
easily. And you have, as an audience member, you have a personal relationship with each one. You're like, oh, I don't like him. Oh, I like him a lot. Oh, what's going to happen because of these two? And it was a lot of it was about Black Panther and Killmonger,
but a lot of it happens around them too.
The last point we're going to talk about is the continuity of the film, and if we were immersed in the world that they have created. So continuity, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. I took a acting for the camera class in college, And we learned how to spot continuity and how to do it as actors. You keep doing the same thing over and over again. So, in editing of a movie...
I didn't take that class, just want to say.
No, just me.
It was just I don't know, continuity. I'm just looking at her like,
shout out to Western Illinois University. So,
this moment you can just kind of see me agree a lot. It's like, I totally,
But during editing, you realize, like, okay, if someone didn't do the same thing every time, how do you edit it so it looks like they did the same thing in that one sequence? And there was nothing about this movie that like took me out of it, because if it's a poorly edited film, and it's happened so many times, where like the hand will be here and then the next shot, like from a different angle, it'll be down and then back up, and it's just constant through that one scene. Just like, who missed this?
Yeah.
And it's always jarring, and it takes you out of the world, and it takes you out, and you're just like focusing on that guy's hand instead of what's actually happening. Nothing like that happened in this movie.
No.
It was fluid. The editing was great. I guess this can also tie into cinematography. In the world that they created of Wakanda, and like going in depth into that was...
I was submerged in this world. I was like immersed in it just from the very few minutes. All of a sudden I just wanted to know more.
So we covered our 5 topics. Cross is done finally. So we covered our 5 topics. So now we're going to give you like a report card of how we think the movie did. All right. So we'll start with plot. Our general grades, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I can give it a 9 too.
A 9? All
Yeah.
right. Cast and characters, 10.
I give it a 10. Yeah, I can't think of a single person better.
Right, to replace anything, absolutely. Continuity, immersion into the world, 10.
Yeah, I was in it. Definitely in it.
Soundtrack was, again, a 10.
So I'm going to give it an 8, just because it was... Yeah, this...
The one hip-hop?
No, it wasn't hip-hop. It was the part that it overlapped the dialogue.
Oh, yeah, you did talk about that. There was an audio issue in one of the scenes in the forest that Carlos didn't like.
Yeah,
I didn't notice it.
At least it totally threw me off. It was a scene in the forest, and there was like this whole thing, like, there was dialogue going on, the music was so loud, I hit jingling, I was like, alright. I don't know what I'm supposed to be listening to right now.
Alright, cinematography, I'm going to go 9.
9?
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to go with 9.
I agree. I agree with
Another
9.
9.
Yeah.
Alright, so our total score is a 94 out of 100. I believe
it's an A.
That is an A.
That is an A.
That is an A.
A-grade movie.
A-grade movie from the Ordinary Critics. You heard it here first.
That's right.
Or if you've already seen it,
because it's been a couple of days.
It's been like 4 days.
But you heard it here fourth. Which is also great.
Also great. So, alright. Thank you so much for watching this first episode. Go ahead and comment down below what you want us to review, and we'll take it into account. We're going to shoot for one of these every week.
Well, we'll try to do that.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
He sounds so sure.
We're gonna do it.
We are gonna do it.
1 week! 1 week. Alright. Catch you guys later. That wasn't awful.